Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back at it again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And man, it feels good to be back. I was gone. I took some time off for at least half a month, basically catering to family activities, as well as some of my friends came over from overseas and celebrated their birthdays here in LA and Las Vegas. The whole adventure is on my Instagram. Anyways, I'm back here today. I've got a ton of perfumes to talk about. This one in particular, I am sure a lot of y'all are pretty interested about, because this fragrance, which is the latest out of the Bvlgari Le Gemme lineup, has been getting a lot of favorable reviews. So I will take care of that today. I'll talk to you about it. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Okay, liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, guys. We are about less than 50 away from 23,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and enjoy over 700 no hype videos, guys. Thank you very much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than the latest Bvlgari Le Gemme for 2024. This is none other than Sahare. Yes, Bvlgari Le Gemme Sahare or Sahare. I really don't know. I mean, I think it's Sahare. And obviously, just by the concept, this is an ode to the Saharan desert, guys, all right, which is a desert in North Africa that goes all the way from Africa to Egypt. And of course, when we talk desert, we're thinking about a possible Middle Eastern style fragrance, right? And this one, like I said, has been getting a lot of favorable reviews, okay? And it is a rose scent. And so obviously in this review, I will be talking about this fragrance, breaking it down. I'll tell you guys what makes this a really nice one, why people love this fragrance, and how could it be different from the many rose fragrances that have come before it. Okay, that's what we will discuss right here. Can't wait to do this right here. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the latest Bvlgari Le Gemme fragrance right here. Perfect for the fall, Sahare, guys. All right, so what is up with Sahare? Obviously, my impression, my facial expression once I sprayed this thing, I mean, fantastic. All right, right here in the opening, guys, you are going to get a blast of bergamot, lemon, and Taif rose, which is obviously going to be the spotlight note of this fragrance right here, guys. Now, this is a wonderful mix of basically an early Taif rose, which is, of course, the core of this fragrance. But instead of getting something heavy in the mix, you have a huge burst of juicy lemony bergamot, okay? Bergamot and lemon, basically. And mixed with this rose, you are going to get a mood enhancing blast, okay? It's a rosy but lemony, citrusy blast that is, again, very mood enhancing. So this fragrance right here, right from the get-go, has a lot of impact. And you know, most rose fragrances, they usually are the sunset gradient, heavy dark type of rose fragrances out there, but this one completely does the opposite, becomes a mood enhancing, wonderful type of intro right here with the rose and the lemons. I gotta say, I really believe that a lot of y'all will like it. Now, let's talk about the coverage of this intro, this nice mood enhancing intro of Taif Rose plus your lemon and bergamot. The coverage for me was 30 to 40 minutes. All right, so this one will give you a mood enhancing blast for 30 or 40 minutes. It's really not that long. So expect that, though, that you will have this initial blast of mood enhancing, but then here in the mid, right after 30 to 35 minutes, guys, in comes the almost like, you know, core Taif rose that is going to be right front and center. And then it will be coming in with some black pepper to add a slight aroma into this mid right here. Okay, so the rose, which is, I would describe the rose as non-dark, non-heavy. I could say that it's more of like a fruity, jammy type rose right here. But then once the lemons exit, it's actually going to be a nice, really photorealistic smelling rose right here. The desert rose plus some aromas, guys. And for me, when I took this out and I wore it outdoors, that's one thing I'm going to say, the effect was really, really nice. I mean, having this, scent trail of wonderful rose and spice really diffused in the air really felt wonderful to me. And I want to say too that the strength, oh boy, the strength of this is really there. And really, I do suggest 4 to 5 sprays max, because this one is an aura scent with a scent trail. Okay, first part of this fragrance is going to blast, and even on the second part, the scent trail is going to be strong. The aura is going to be strong. This Taif rose is not a weak rose, but rather a rose that's really blasting out there with the aroma. Okay, so definitely take it easy on the sprays on this. Like I said, 4 to 5 max, because sillage and projection is on point with this fragrance right here, Sahare. Now this mid right here, guys, that starts on the 30-minute mark or 35-minute mark of this fragrance really lasts quite a while. It actually lasts up to the 7th hour, okay, of this fragrance. And with that being said, this mid right here of the black pepper and the Taif rose front and center, this is a nice intro into Middle Eastern type rosy scents. All right, there's something about this that really, again, teleports me to the Middle East. And, I'm thinking about the desert, the desert oasis, the desert gems. I'm thinking about Dubai, the Arabic experience. And definitely, I would say that this would be a good intro to Middle Eastern rosy scents for a lot of people that have never experienced that. Because really, once the pepper settles in with the rose and eventually the dry down notes, you'll really feel that. And, it is a long coverage of that rose, by the way. Okay, so that's one thing I will say. It's a great experience, no doubt. Now, one thing I will say about the performance about this fragrance also is that although Sahare is potent, and again, I do recommend 5 sprays, it is potent, but it does not feel heavy. All right, it does not feel heavy. It actually has a very potent, lingering, like scent trail feel, guys, and it feels non-intrusive. And those are things I really want to point out, because with a lot of rose fragrances, they do feel dark and heavy and intrusive. This one is actually aromatic, it's a scent trail, and the intro kind of like bridges it in with the lemons and bergamot. So I really feel that this one is the right way of making a potent fragrance, not so invasive, and thanks to the makers of Sahare. Okay, now let's head into the dry down on the 7th hour. And the dry down is something I truly, truly like because of its uniqueness. All right, the mid part, the main show of Sahare, which has the Taif rose and the pepper. This is something that I'm not new to. I've smelled it in many, many niche fragrances, but I can appreciate the quality and strength of that mid. However, one thing I do like about this fragrance is the intro, which was mood enhancing and I would say mainstream lovable. And then the dry down is actually very unique. All right, to me, it's very unique because it is a mix of myrrh, amber, as well as some ambergris and musks. All right, so this dry down to me is quite unique. However, I will say this, the rose, you will still smell hits of that rose heading into the 7th to 8th hour mark. Okay, the rose doesn't completely go away. However, you are going to get some sweet myrrh and that ambergris, which is really, really cool. Having that musky marine smell of ambergris into the dry down is really quite unique for me. And the concoction turned out to be not really a fade to black or a sunset type ending, but rather a nice continuation of just, feeling steady with this scent. So I really did like that myrrh and ambergris combo. There's some musks here as well and some slight amber, some slight sweeteners here, but definitely this is one of the more unique dry downs that's here in this fragrance. Now, with all that being said, all of these components to me are the reasons why Sahare is really a nice fragrance, guys. All right, first and foremost, again, you've got that nice long coverage of that Middle Eastern desert rose, you know, Taif rose, pepper spices, aromatic. You have a long coverage of that, high quality, guys. But I like the lead in, the bright bergamot and lemon, that mood enhancing start that is quite different from other rose scents that start with heavy or dark or incense or oud. This one doesn't go with that at all, guys. And you are going to get a very brightening experience that I think will be mainstream loved. And then, of course, let's talk about that amazing dry down with ambergris and myrrh. Very unique. It's not a total fade to black. And so, man, what can I say? This is going to be a fragrance that I think will be loved by many. And of course, the rose experience is top-notch here. So if you are a rose lover, I suggest looking into this fragrance, getting yourselves a sample. I got this at fragrancesline.com for really, really cheap, guys. I would say try this because I think it might be a mainstream lovable rose fragrance for 2024. Also, this fragrance is pretty unisex, all right? It does not lean femme. I know Taif rose can lean femme, but for me, I really feel, because I do appreciate Middle Eastern perfumes, I really feel like this is a unisex scent. I mean, really, it's not ultra masculine, but guys can wear this as well, because really, this thing is amazing from start to finish. And let's talk about total performance, guys. This thing, of course, went past 12 hours with a very consistent sillage, all right? I would say it calmed down. And when I said calmed down, from an aura scent to kind of like a nice lingering scent, it calmed down after 5 hours, but that whole thing continued on past 12. So performance is definitely amazing in this fragrance. And finally, let's talk about costing. As you guys know, Bvlgari Le Gemme fragrances are not cheap. $400 something for, I think, 100 ml, guys. But I feel like if this is your normal spending thing, like you normally spend $400, $300 on a bottle, I think that this is a solid one. Again, try first, guys. But I mean, I really feel like for the fall, and it is starting to get cool up in here in LA, I think that this is a nice fall fragrance. Non-heavy, still very potent, guys, but will give you that kind of comfort and that kind of liveliness with rose. And of course, if you love rose, this is a must try indeed. And that is it. That is my no hype review on the latest Bvlgari Le Gemme fragrance for 2024, Sahare. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance right here, if y'all tried this one. I mean, was this impactful for y'all? Did you end up buying a full bottle? Are you interested in testing or trying this fragrance based on what I said? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I would love to hear what you have to say. And after this, I've got another fragrance that's going to be Sacred Flame by Argos, the latest Argos that's been kind of getting some hype out there. I have been wearing this fragrance, Sacred Flame, for the past couple of weeks, so can't wait to talk about that probably tomorrow, so hang on tight. I will see you guys on the next video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Peace.